So welcome, Peter, back to our series of videos to support people understand more about the coaching profession and look at it as a alternate, maybe sometimes career, and just sometimes I think it's a way of life. At least that's how I see it. But I would like to, like for us to discuss how do you see the coaching landscape evolving in India specifically? And of course, you're a global master, so I'd say the global perspective as well. But let's say in India. And the reason I ask this question is that I think the most used designation, at least now, the one in fad, is coach, consultant, mentor. If you look anywhere, and so it seems like there are so many coaches, in the world today. And is the market really there for so many coaches? And for my own, if I scratch a little bit below the surface, I see that it's an industry that has gained roots in India, but it's still blossoming to its full potential, is how I see it. But you have, as I know, seen the profession being born globally for the last 26 years, and even so much so in being so instrumental in bringing it in the professional format to India, since you came to India, maybe one of the first who came to India to share this knowledge with the world. So I'd love to hear your perspective on how do you see this landscape evolving?
Yeah, and it's evolving quickly, actually. I'll start with the context that in the 25 years, 26 years that I've been involved with professional coaching and specifically International Coaching Federation, we've proven the concept of coaching in the first 25 years. We know it works, and it works spectacularly well, and because it's so customized to the individual. But it requires two aspects. One is a client that is willing to take responsibility for their own life and do the work, do the tough work. And the second one is to have a professional coach that knows what they're doing and not be giving advice and not continuing what they've been doing in their professional world and calling it coaching. So the evolution specifically in India has evolved very, very rapidly in the 12 years that I've been involved with coming to India, up until COVID, of course, but still very active with coaches that are going through our training from India. So in terms of the need for coaches, I think we haven't even scratched the surface. Phase two, if you will, after this proof of concept is how do we integrate it into more layers of the society? So we're seeing professional coaches getting into nonprofit work, NGO work, educational systems, into endeavors, human endeavors and human organizations way beyond the corporate, way beyond the CXO levels of coaching. The next 5 years, I'm going to predict that there's going to be a big fallout and backlash of coaches that aren't coaches, because the world is getting smarter and smarter about professional coaching. And if you're not a qualified professional coach, you are going to be weeded out and not accepted as a professional coach, because you're not. You're still mentoring, you're still consulting, you're still telling people what to do, you're giving advice, etc. And I would say that the next 10 years is going to be a much greater impact of coaching at all levels of life, all levels of society, permeating in an organizational setting, not just for the higher leadership, but it's going to go into the senior vice president level. It's going to come down to the director level. It's going to come down to the senior management level. It's going to come down to the people that are supervisors in that organization. to bring in the philosophy of developing people faster and better. And I see that also outside of India, worldwide. It already is happening worldwide, but that same permutation is going to go to much deeper levels than what we currently see today.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that perspective. It is, one is thank you for doing the proof of concept for all of us as coaches. And especially here in India, I see, I just trained a whole bunch of teachers to bring the coaching philosophy and mindset to schools. And I see so many people who've done our program before take it into the space of parents and becoming a parent coach. So I just see all of these new niches just opening up. So it is, like you said, growing rapidly. And I think that coaching is here to stay. And I'm so glad that it's here to stay, because it really is so life affirming for individuals as well as organizations.
Absolutely. And I love seeing that permutations, maturations, depth of coaching going into all aspects of life. The ICF recently has said that coaching, their mission is that coaching becomes an integral part of every single thriving society in the world. And that's what's actually happening.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much.